this then, legends. James here from GAMAFLARE, in the middle of the madness. And mate, Winton didn't just get wet, it became a skating rink for V8 supercars. Rain, absolutely zero grip, unforgiving spray, and you just knew this was going to end in chaos. The drama kicked off early as Michael Gunston slid wide at turn 3, proving Winton wasn't giving anyone a free lap. Then came one of the battles of the day, Sean McNamara and Dylan Radford trading paint, before Sean caught a major slide that somehow stayed out of the fence. Jensen Bade found the ripple strips the hard way and spun around, while Leon Fox wrestled a V8 that simply refused to grip. Then came my move of the race, Russell Pepperell with a perfectly judged switchback on Will Brown. Clean, patient, clinical. But now, everything changes. Next stop, Long Beach. Concrete walls, street circuit pressure, absolutely no room for mistakes. If Winton tested car control, Long Beach is about to test pure commitment. And now we're handing you live to J-Man and Davo from Matchfit Entertainment as they bring you all the action from the Long Beach street circuit. Keep it pinned, and I'll see you on the grid, legends.
Thank you, James, and welcome, viewers, once again to a Tuesday night at Matchfit Entertainment. Of course, Tuesday night means SCNZ's, what is it, 2026 V8 Supercar Winter Series, ladies and gentlemen, and it is round 3, so we're already moving along in the Winter Series, second of the points round, and we are at Long Beach, back to the street circuits, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Davo, as always, a J-Man right by my side. How you doing, my friend?
Yeah, good evening, Davo. Good evening, viewers. Thank you for joining us today, whether it be on the YouTubes or Sky 83 Face TV. It's always a pleasure to have you. As Davo mentioned, round 3. We are well into it already, mate, and back at Long Beach, place that's becoming familiar to you and I on the comm side of thing. Don't mind this place, bit of a concrete canyon. So 3.167 kilometers, 11 turns. So we've got 6 to the left and 5 to the right. It is a clockwise circuit. Pit entry just after turn 11. Plenty to think about for the drivers on this qualifying lap, because I tell you what, it's these rounds, Davo, that make qualifying super critical. It's going to be so hard to pass.
Yes.
I mean, the main opportunity
Yes.
is on the front straight. Other key components to the track is getting in out of the fountain there through 2, 3, 4. The exit off of 4 heading down to 5 is quite critical. We saw plenty of moves last season be put on into the right-hander down there, but the big one will be the big stop at the end of the front straight into the 90-degree. Yeah. So looking forward to it.
It's almost a three-point turn there. So yeah, the boys will. Oh look, it's just those first few. It seems to always be those first few laps for good reason. Obviously with the backfield, and you know the red vistas are very bright. But as the race sort of goes on, usually the boys just sort of chill out a little bit of chillaxing as the race goes on. But a couple of races here tonight, J-Man, CPS is included.
Yep. So qualifying, this is a 2-lap situation for these guys, so an outlap and 2 flying, and then we'll get into race 1, and that looks very much like a 20-minute race with a compulsory pit stop for a minimum of 2 tyres. They are fuel sensitive. Probably not so bad in race 1 being a 20-minute affair. However, that pit window, just remember that number, that it's a 20-minute race. The pit window doesn't open until the 10-minute mark, so it only gives the drivers 10 minutes to actually get that done. So it'd be a whole heap of action in that second half of the race for that one. And then we will back it up again with a reverse 10 for race 2, and that'll go 30 minutes. Once again, compulsory pit stop for 2 tyres. Very fuel sensitive in that one, so look for that one to be an absolute cracker, and that second race always delivers, doesn't it, Davo? When we see the big dogs try and come through. But however, this is Div 1 and 2 these days, so once again another stacked field. What do we got, Davo?
This is the A division there, bro. This is,
you're not wrong there.
The best of the best out there. here at SCNZ once again tonight for their V8 Supercar Winter Series. And ladies and gentlemen, here at Long Beach, round 3, second of the points. So the first round, obviously, a bit of a shakedown for the boys. Obviously, all involved, including admin and the comms guys here. We were at Winton last week, and a very wet Winton last week, and here we are at Long Beach. The boys did visit Long Beach. I think it was late in the autumn series as well, J-Man, and it was pretty action-packed stuff. So I expect nothing less here again tonight. So yeah, and look, you've already called out those little hot spots there, the little flower garden roundabout there, and obviously the final corner. But even just that little kink before you head down to the roundabout there can prove to be difficult, that sort of turn 2 sort of area there. So
yeah, the fountain you're talking about, sort of 2, 3, 4.
Yeah. So
yeah,
just
too
that,
much curb there can end up being literally a race ender. You know, the potential for a car to go over there. So, you know, that'll be one to consider. Sam Cullen provisionally, goes to the top on a 121.7. Still got a lot of drivers sitting back, just waiting. Obviously, got a bit of time available to them. Still just under 10 minutes remaining in this one. So don't be alarmed to see some of the drivers looking to go late here, Davo.
Yeah, look, and it's a bit of a common theme, and we do talk about it. Is some of these, probably the boys towards the pointy end of the field sort of kick back a little bit and just watch how qualifying pans out. Obviously, to sort of keep a check on what their competitors are doing, and I suppose just track conditions. You know, just monitoring those times. You know, pretty much across the board, right the way through the field. So. Not unusual to see. Probably the top 10 sit back a little bit, J-Man?
Yeah, I think so, and you know, not surprised at all to see Bay, Dutch, Leonard, and that just hold off for a little bit and just let maybe half the field or somewhat go and get their laps done, those 2 flying laps, and just have a little bit more track space out there. Those guys go really quickly too. So. Will Brown be another one of those as well. So just coming out now, actually. So going to be a tricky pit exit and entry for that matter too. You've got to really get yourself off the race line on the entry when they do make those stops. So
entry is tricky here, isn't it, J-Man? From memory, it's the boys are just like full throttle out of that really steep hairpin as the final corner. And just as they come through the sweeper there, they've literally got to just chip it straight in. Very difficult to know what's going on. But we do see a couple more cars just starting to roll out here, J-Man. Like you said, letting the first sort of group of cars out on track and get their couple of laps in before they go out. Just looking at Rion's car, J-Man, is that got a little bit of damage? Right front there, maybe, and
a bit of a peek of that. Yeah, definitely. If you're not rubbing the walls here, you're not racing.
Too true.
You got to get out there and get some sponsorship just smeared over the walls here. I think you're going to see a fair bit of that knocking mirrors, and certainly, you know, we saw it, like you mentioned, maybe a little bit off the back end of the autumn series. You know, these guys, you know, stuff that I thought was going to cost them, and they still pressed on. Ray Harm was definitely one of them last season. That wasn't afraid to go and rub these things hard up against the concrete. So pretty cool. And just another thing to consider with that pit entry too, Davo, the Malco hairpin turn 11 is probably one of the tightest, slowest corners that these boys will see on the calendar this season. So when we talk about what that looks like and then getting offline to be able to enable themselves to get into that pit entry, it's probably not as bad as we think on the entry. For me, the exit always lends itself to some nerve-wracking moments. So looking forward to that. Cullen still holds that top spot at the moment with a 21.7. It's perilously close with Scotty McKenzie, Phil Carpenter also. I think Carpenter may be still on the lap here. So like we mentioned, they get 2 shots at it, an outlap and 2 flyers.
Cabba's just there on Jensen Bade actually. J-Man, new war paint on that car. here for round 3. Looking pretty snazzy.
Yeah, it does look good. It does definitely look good. Another one of the GAMAFLARE cars. So Fade. And speaking of which, where's Rayhan? Yeah, he's out there. So a fair bit of magenta at the moment. So it really does go to show that some of these really quick boys just held off because got magenta on the timing tower. They're definitely going faster than everybody before them. And for me, Leonard, magenta, microsector 1 and 3. He's only got one more to complete as he rounds out the Malco hairpin. Bay to the top on a 1-3. What is Leonard's response? It's a 1-1. It's a super tight still. Saw a couple of drivers. Saw a couple of these guys go into the 20.0s. Or, yeah, 120 point, high 120s, I think. So Leonard's got a little bit of traffic. Looks like one of the South Canterbury removals cars could be. I think it was Shane Eker. He got out the way nice and tidily too. Heath Martin looking for a tow truck. Been a couple of those tow trucks already, Davo.
Well.
Paul Brown coming in hot too, mate. Goes up to P2. Pressure's on. That was the first of his heavy laps, I think. Just hear these heavy supercars with the live rear axle just really struggling to get the power down off of some of these 90-degree corners tonight, Davo. They are really working that right pedal to the absolute limit to try and get all that power down.
Yeah, no, look, and obviously having to get the cars up really close to the wall means to get up on these ripple strips, which obviously, you know, as they get on and off them and while on them, almost, it's just upsetting the car. So, yeah, just obviously these boys very conscious. Again, we just see Brown on screen, up and over the ripple strip. Being very gentle. A couple of little bumps here and there that are notable, but the boy navigating it well at the moment.
Well, that was an inlet from Brownie.
Yeah, I thought it might have been, hey?
Yeah, it was interesting because he did press on. And interesting enough, if you look at that car, it's carrying almost identical, well, almost looked like it had identical damage on the front right. Maybe it was a shadow, but I feel like those front clips tonight on these cars are going to really earn their keep up there.
The mounting points you're talking about, aren't you?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I think they've got the bead locks on as well here. Keep the tyres attached to the rims, and the mirrors are definitely disposable. I think they can jettison them whenever they feel fit.
Yeah, I think they mail in the Temu cover ones for this round.
Yep.
Edgar's car looking very speedboaty, sitting real low in the rear ride height, this one.
Very nicely tucked down in the rear there. Even the Chevy of white in front of it, it's hard to get the Chevys to tuck down in the rear. A lot of guys set them up. I don't know, just to look, obviously just watching on camera, quite often look nose down.
Yeah.
But White's car looking very level and very stable, J-Man, at the moment.
Yeah, good looking lap here for White. Yeah, just probably made a little bit of margin then on Edgar.
Yeah. And Shane doesn't look like... Shane's not mucking around. He's all over this.
How's that time, David?
Timing is... we got about
minute
another
20.
minute and a half or something. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. A little under. Just wrap these boys up. We can get to... And... get some points, I suppose, to these good people. I think this is going to be the last two cars out on track as they come around that very tight hairpin. That long sweeping start, finish straight. So
Right, up to 20th.
Yep.
You get no improvement there. Stays 26 by my calculation, I think.
Yeah, so nice work. Let's look. Well, we got a little bit of time here. Well, there's not too much action going on track. Let's get the points out, J-Man.
Sure.
There you go, viewers. Rian leading the way. I need to get my points. Hang on.
You're right. So Rayhan got the 300 points at the top there. Got I think, a 20-point buffer, if I'm correct, over Jensen Bay. And another 20 back for Russell Pepperell.
It's close. That's close.
Will Brown, here on 250. Dylan Radford and Sean McMurray separated by only 10 points as well. And then Kitcher, and another 10 points back from there. And then 10 back from there is Ridley Turner, such as obviously early in the championship. Things are still nice and tight. Yep. Mandela Pluck there, 200 points. And Stephen Banks rounds out the 10. You can see on the list there as well, Parlett, Fox, Mann, Burgess and Munro around the 15. And then Edgar Russell, Robinson, that's the Bradley version there. Good to see the 777 racer sticking with this season. Thomas McCall and Michael Gunstone has had a stroke of bad luck of late, actually. We know he's better than 20th in the championship, Davo.
Oh, definitely. So, yes, but early days, J-Man. This is only the second points round. Tonight here at Long Beach for the SCNZ V8 Supercars Winter Series, J-Man. I think these guys are on track already.
Yep.
So we better get this malarkey off the screen here and start focusing the cameras on the boys here. Watch this action, ladies and gentlemen. Buckle up for this. Long Beach Street Circuit. The first complex of corners trying to file. What do we got tonight too? There's 35, I think, cars out there on track here. So 35 Gen 3 V8 supercars.
We love it.
Oh yeah, mate. All ripping down there in anger, mind you. It's going to be, a thread the needle type of moment here. We might have to get the blimp for this one, Because see if we got blimp cam.
TV3, the guy on the TV3.
He's doing all right, isn't he? We got the whole field in shot there. So,
what's that bloke's name?
He might be at the bar, actually, just there. I think I recognise that view.
Yeah.
Anyway. So here we are, ladies and gentlemen, round 3. Lights are up. The boys rev it up. Thank you, GAMAFLARE.
Green.
And Supercars NZ, we've got a green flag, ladies and gentlemen. And it's hectic at the back, pretty tidy at the top here.
Yeah, one of the OPR cars at the back.
It's got worse. It has got way worse. Big incident, and it still continues here.
The track is blocked, Davo. The track is absolutely blocked.
So
I saw one of the OPR cars getting a really snaggy start. There's a safety car straight away, Davo. Straight away.
That does not surprise me. So we will go to yellow immediately there. Look, J-Man, look, you know what? We were expecting action, weren't we? Particularly through 2, 3, sort of 4 there past the fountain and stuff. Do you reckon the boys got across the start-finish line there just quietly? They had the elbows out pretty quick, smart.
Yeah, hey, look, we're under yellow. I'm not sure whether you have the ability, but if you could pick up on the 93 car, no disrespect to Miles Burgess, but I just wonder whether it stemmed from just, I was about to mention that the front of the pack were really good on the line lockers tonight. They got the things launched nicely away, and I just picked up as I was looking back down the grid. I saw one of the OPR cars, and it was Miles Burgess. It was really snaggy on the launch, and I just wonder whether it stemmed from that.
No, it was. Well, that didn't help. So we're just picking up on that.
Oh, it was further up. It
It
was
was
with one of the
Van-
KSR cars.
Yes,
Mandela
with
Plus.
Flux. So we're just going to pick up on a replay, just see what happened here. And he might have just been a little bit of... Yeah, so he wasn't at fault. It looks like one of the misfit cars might have just been trying to give a little bit of space on the right. Just got over.
Oh, that's a tricky one to
toughie, mate.
unpack.
Yeah, so I think that is a lot going on, ladies and gentlemen. There, so a couple of little, situations there, culminating right there, and it did not get any better there with, probably more than half the field, J-Man, still, moving quickly, sort of a kind of blind situation too there. A lot of cars in front of you. They're sweeping around the right-hander. All of a sudden, there's just cars across the track. Very difficult for the boys behind there.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt you there, Davo.
Yes,
You'll see the Povpak Camaro just peeling away as we speak from the front of the grid. Ray Hahn's going to maintain control of this one. So they will get the Colt Munstead car is in the lane, and Rehan will have the opportunity to defend over, I think it's Will Brown and then Jensen Bade. So status quo at the front, not too much shuffling there. Russell Pepperell tucked in there as well. Sam Cullen we saw with a great early qualifying lap to still be up at the pointy end, so that's really cool. So safety car in the lane, Dave. I'll leave the restart up to you.
The boys, that flex, that little slightest of gaps that these guys try and keep on these restarts. And it's on immediately. Rian gets pretty much no jump on Brown and Jensen Bade.
All the way to the start finish line.
And Bade read it perfectly. So Brown squeezed in between there. Pepperell, Cullen, Dutch, all through cleanly. Back to Kitcher.
Well, did Cullen put a move on Dutch there, Davo, on the front straight?
Doesn't look like it on the data.
Okay. So we have one on the 777 cars in the back. Jordan Moss has had an incident. Broadcast team just holding their breath, viewers here. Just safety cars often breed safety cars, and we're just praying that we get some nice, good, clean laps at the start of this one running. You've got to remember it is only a 20-minute race. This one.
Yep. So Dutch actually passed Cullen just in that last lap. We'll just pick up on the GAMAFLARE SIMRACING replay there. So Cullen just running a little bit wide there. And Dutch easily passed. But Rian controlling that restart as best as possible, J-Man, as they run across the start-finish line for the first clean lap here tonight at Long. And we got more action in the background. It's massive. Cullen.
Oh, and I can tell you what, race control were actually just looking into an incident between those two cars, and I tell you what, it's just got a whole lot worse. I can tell you car 51 also, so that's the Roger Forbett car, was found guilty of that race start incident, so he was deemed at fault for that first safety car incident, and he'll receive a drive-through penalty for that. But I tell you what, if you picked up on that one, Dave, I'm sure you'll go to a replay. Here we go. Wow, I tell you, they literally caught one part of the front straight, the wall there that kicks in, and it probably couldn't have got any worse for Sam Cullen. That is huge. Just tore the front end out of that Camaro. Davo, what?
It's big.
How have we not? Oh, they've turned. So I was going to say, no safety car. We're still green flag running. Rehan back to the front, Davo. Rehan is carrying on. He is leading this trio of Will Brown, Jensen Bade, and Russell Pepperell. Just a little further back now, under pressure from Andrew Dutch, who's been relieved of, effectively Sam Cullen.
Well, yeah, it was him. He'd only just got past Cullen as well. Yeah. And then Cullen and who else did you say went with him?
With Cullen?
Yeah.
It was...
the other Misfits car, I think it was.
It was the other Misfits car, yeah.
Maybe one other that might have got taken up in that as well.
It was, I think, Scotty McKenzie.
Yeah.
And I think also Phil Carpenter's car didn't get through on that also.
No.
So I think it ended up being 4 cars really got hurt out of that one. So that's unfortunate.
Up and down race so far. And, we will actually just bring up that gains and losses little detail in the tower there for you viewers to understand what we were talking about here, just the gains and losses here, and it is the usual street racing malarkey that we are used to seeing when you throw 30 plus Gen 3 supercars at it. This is what happens, and look at these boys. Edgar through on the passion car there, who may or may not be out of position there, J-Man.
Yeah, hard to say with Shane there.
Oh, no, that's white. No.
Yeah, I feel like that's legitimate. And Chase McMillan's right in there as well. So we see one of the Misfits cars and Sam Cullen after those repairs come out. Talked about this pit exit reblend, and we get Edgar go deep into turn 1 and has to go down the escape road to try and save that.
Yeah.
Literally just missed the brake mark. I don't know if he was distracted by the cars coming out of pit lane, but he just got that all sorts of wrong. I think the car's in okay condition, so he'll be able to press on. But, time is ticking. We're already approaching that magic window of the 10-minute mark where the pit lane will open. So we've got 11:25 remaining, and it'll get really busy down there as well, Davo. So Rehan's doing a nice job at the moment with these other two, Will Brown, Jensen Bade. Bade has actually been pressuring Will Brown immensely. So yeah, I do like the wall paint on that car. You are right, Davo. Yeah,
that's fresh slick a paint on that car, and it is very nice. And as always with Jensen behind the wheel, making it move bloody quick as well, J-Man.
Yeah.
And I think you're right. Just as we picked up on the replay of Edgar there before, he did look like he just had a bit of
Ryan Jones,
fixation there. Jones over Kitcher there. That's not over. Whoa.
No, that's not done. And I tell you what, that puts Jones up 10 positions. He is on the move.
Oh, that's plenty of moving and shaking there, J-Man.
Yeah.
Kitcher saw him coming, gave him a bit of space. Looked like he might have thought he had it back if he gave him the room, did the switch back, but no such luck. So good.
Yeah, well, it did cost Jones on exit, didn't he? He was in deep and shallow, and he was compromised heading into the fountain, but managed to maintain it, which is awesome to see. And a great little battle still going on, Davo. Andrew Dutch and Russell Pepperell.
Yeah. Look, this is really tightened up here. So Dutch, we were just talking about Bade putting pressure on Brown, and here we are, just a couple of cars back, and here's Dutchy doing his thing. Pepperell maybe a little off the pace tonight, J-Man, for some reason.
Yeah,
I thought he did. It was pretty hot here last time we saw him at in the autumn series, late in the autumn series. It wasn't that long ago. So, but here we are.
Yeah, and pit lane open too, mate, more importantly as well. So just consider that when you start to see some guys fall off of the totem, they will go to pits and get this 2-tyre stop done and press on with it. I would think that the safety cars negated any fuel issues for this short fire 20 that we've got at first.
Yeah.
But still a very important race. And Michael Gunstone, we talked about the stroke of bad luck that he's had this season, carrying a little bit of front damage, but more importantly, Davo, he is in the honey spot right now. He's in P10. If he can do this and press on after pit stops and come out here, that would see him get a front row start for the 30-minute feature. And, you know, the rub of the green's not going your way. You need the little the little wins, and I tell you what, Gunstone's in a nice position at the moment. And good to see that paint rig on that South Canterbury removals car. Another very, very well skinned car.
Absolutely. I've got a funny feeling that was one of the cars that got tangled up in that lap 1 incident in that start of the race. So it looks a bit damaged down the right hand side. If that car does look damaged, that will be why. But carries on. Oh, actually, well, he's now just...
Oh, here we go. Sorry, here we go. Sorry,
just,
up the front.
He just ducked into the pits there.
Jensen Bade uses a car exiting pit lane. Sorry, David, I interrupted you there. To slip on by past Will Brown. And I'll tell you what, there was nothing Brownie could do about it at the time. He just got all sorts of boxed in. And got the RPM going here for J-Man in the box because... Yeah, there we go. They slipped down the inside of the passion car of Shane White. Who is that in the background, Davo? I'm just trying to pick up who that is. We've got a huge amount of action going on down in pit lane, Davo. That's McNamara coming out with, I think that's Luke Munro in the Skelton car. Rehan, Will Brown, Ryan Jones, Noah Kitcher in the lane now. So that's Rehan in from the lead, Davo. Gives Bade a little bit of fresh air for a lap or two, so he can run this one out pretty close to the end.
He gets an incredibly quick stop. Yeah, over Brown on the jacks for ages.
So what were we seeing there? 6 point round 6 point odd, 6.5, 6.9 for Rehan.
Let us get up. Here we go. 7.76 Brown was a 10.8.
Okay, so we're faster on this side of the Tasman, mate. I'm gonna take my number. It was a 6.9. Well done, Rehan.
Yeah.
However, it was fast. It was super fast, and that's going to bode well when he comes back out. And look for Bade to cover that off as he comes out of the Malco hairpin this time through. I would suspect he'll dive to the lane, and he does.
So Brown vulnerable to Pepperell. Like, Pepperell was way back on him. So what did Pepperell do? What's his time? He did a 10.0.
Yep.
On the tower.
So he's on him. Yeah, he's on him.
He's right on him.
Top.
So look how far back Dutchy and Jones is on him. So.
Okay, so Bade, looking at Bade's stop there, Davo. I'm going to see him go 8.3 for me, so it's probably going to be 9 something for you or further.
For Bade.
Yep. Equal. Nice. Sees Rehan slide on through into turn 1 over Jensen Bade. However, it's going to effectively put Bade second, and that was the way it was before the pit stops. Remember, he recently just passed Will Brown with a car coming out of pit lane, so it maintains that position. However, like you said, Brown got a lot of attention from Pepperell. Jones got a lot of pressure from Andrew Dutch here. I reckon there's a half a chance coming here. Goes to the outside, does Andrew Dutch. He's going to try and over under here.
That's a big, good hard look at that one, didn't he?
Yeah, got good drive traction, but he's on the wrong side once again. He forced the issue down here for an over under.
Oh, he might have this.
He's got overlap.
There it is. Nice setup. From 3 or 4 corners back to get that done. Nice work. Andrew Dutch, upper position. So Shane Edgar unpitted, leading the race over Leonard. Is he pitted?
Yeah, he's
Surely
right.
not.
He hasn't pitted,
Yeah.
and Rohana's right there. So not required to give a blue flag at this point because he is effectively on the lead lap. Rohan will look to try and make sure that doesn't alter his progress, because what is the margin? It is 1.9 seconds as we see Rohan go to the outside now. Now this is kind of dicey. This is dicey for the race leader as he runs the long way around.
He pulls that off. Very, very tidy piece of work there.
Yeah. And so that was down at turn 7. Yeah, beautiful job.
So we're just picking it up on the GAMAFLARE SIMRACING replay there, J-Man. And Edgar with a sort of fairly heavy tap on the inside wall on that corner, which clearly slowed his progress. So unlucky for Edgar, but still, nonetheless, nice outside pass from Rian. That is Bade right behind him. He's already ready to rock.
Edgar Press going for another one, another lap. Yep. So, Pepperell gotten away, Davo, from Andrew Dutch. So maybe Dutchy had a little bit of a mistake there. Something.
Just picking up on this battle between McMillan. It's not Radford, it's McMillan. And I don't know who that is. It's one of the Matchfit.
The Misfit cars.
Misfits cars there.
Yeah, I got a feeling that that could very much be. I was going to say Forbit, but it won't be. It'll be Scotty McKenzie.
Oh, okay.
A little further back than we used to seeing Scotty, so he obviously got caught up really early on.
That is exactly who it is, J-Man. So yes, a little bit, some mixed positions in the back of the field after what was a pretty dramatic start to the race, J-Man. So no surprise there. Not so much up the body end. This guy's it's sort of like business as usual.
It's a good fight. It is a good fight. It's 1.1 seconds in it between Bade and Leonard, and this will be the final lap too on this 20-minute sprint race for race 1 here, round 3. And Rehan will look to just drive this thing forwards, not too much in the mirror. He's pretty confident in what he can do, this young lad. So and Bade, he's coming off the back of always good performances. We saw him hard at work, both of these guys in the weekend. Fantastic job. Brown, well, it's still got some attention in the background there for Pepperell, but last lap, barring any mistakes, we may see our podium here being Rehan, Jensen and Brownie. Importantly, Gunstone is inside that 10. He is 9th position. Blake Greenhall, he'll be happy to get a front row start should he maintain this position. Davo, back end of this one.
Yeah, for sure. And you called Greenhall. Greenhall at the top of the broadcast, J-Man. Definitely one to watch out for. Probably not. Qualifying so well, and you know there's been a lot of action going on, possibly caught up in some of that, so yeah, it will be interesting to watch that movement.
So there you go, there your leaders, Rehan over Bade, over Brown. Fantastic performance from the podium, plus many others. It took a little bit to settle down this first one, Davo. There's a little bit of race control kept on their toes in this one. They'll be hoping for a quieter second half of the night. However, look, they got to work. They're very good at what they do, and still some good battles going on out there actually. McNamara comes through 15th position. He'd be happy about that, up 12 spots from his starting position.
So yeah, very close to the back of Munro there was McNamara. That was on all the way to the line. Carwood, then over Edgar in 19th. Stefan Adam was across in 20th. Callahan,
it's close
Russell,
behind him.
McCall. Yeah, with Russell and Callahan there. Then McCall, Brad Robinson in one of the 777 cars. Mandela Pluck.
Yeah.
Keith Parlett.
That one cost Mandela at the start of that one. He'll be still a bit of red mist about that, I think. But anyway, moving on to the next one.
Absolutely.
So, good effort from the lads there, and welcome aboard for those of you tuning in. We can see you. Well, we can certainly see the numbers on the YouTube, so we appreciate you, and thank you for joining us tonight. And just a little short intermission here, probably a little chance to maybe spruik the sponsors and the people that support Matchfit and get ready to go again, Davo.
Yeah, we can do that. We can do that. We can well versed in that. But we will remind you, we are only just kicking off this winter series here at Supercars NZ with their 2026 V8 Supercar Winter Series. Next week we are Okayama, which I think is Suzuka. I'll translate for you. It's Suzuka. Then Mount Panorama, Chicago, Owen Park, Detroit, Watkins, the famous, infamous Watkins, Alton Park, Gilles Villeneuve Circuit, and then a Sandown to round things out at the end of the season. But so much more going on, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, the Supercars NZ Sim Blacks Triple Crown Endurance Series. This is when you get a chance to jump in a car with your mate, do some driver swap, proper enduro racing in the GEN3 V8 Supercars. So you can see the 3 dates there, ladies and gentlemen. 16th of August, that's at the Bend, and then we got the 6th of September at none other than Bathurst. That will be a biggie. And then the 20th of September at Sandown. That'll also be a big one too. I look forward to that. So yeah, get involved, sign up. As you can see in the corner there of that little piece of graphic there, it's saying, how do you sign up? You sign up via this. What is this, you ask? This is the SimRacing Hub app. Ladies and gentlemen, get your phone out, scan that code, and get amongst, get over this stuff. This is the newest, best thing you got to have on your phone. It's better than TikTok, you know. So jump on it, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, get jump all over it. It's got a whole bunch of stuff, actually. You can follow your favourite driver. There's heaps of media, announcements, news. But what you can do is sign up for these awesome series via the app. So you can access, obviously, sign-ups for Supercars NZ and, obviously, Matchfit events as well, with the Magello 450 wrapping up over the weekend on Sunday. So get your phone out, scan that link, get amongst that. Don't forget, don't put your phone away just yet, because we have one more thing that you really do need to check out, ladies and gentlemen. That's right, the Get a Sim competition is back, baby. I think the guy that, who was it, J-Man? Who was it? Phil Turner.
It was Phil Turner, and
Phil
actually
Turner.
we caught up. He took delivery of that first one just the other day. So I met with, obviously, Shawnee from Supercars NZ, and we had a good catch up with Phil Turner and handed over that nice shiny new sim rig and to him. So yeah, watch that space. There's a little bit more to come on that one, and obviously
absolutely
more to come with, obviously, the ability to be able to with these partners we have, give away another one, Dave.
Well, that's exactly right. You know, like, thank you, GAMAFLARE, obviously, for getting behind this once again. Supercars NZ and Matchfit Entertainment always on board, as is Mozza Racing and the awesome folks at Sim Blacks as well. So, big thank you. But yeah, get your phone out. Just scan that QR code there. Free to enter. Awesome bit of kit. And easy to win. We will draw that at the end of this winter series, last round. So you've got to be on here. You've got to be watching this stuff. So, you know, so make sure you you like and you subscribe and you hit your notifications so you can keep up with everything Matchfit Entertainment, and then you won't miss out on that draw. We will spin the wheel and someone, lucky person, lucky bugger like Phil Turnup, will win that great stuff there. So get amongst that, ladies and gentlemen. Not long to go. These guys will start gridding up any moment. As again, we welcome all our viewers, whether you're watching us on the YouTubes or at Sky 83 Face TV. Welcome again. And if you have the ability to click the like button, please do so now. Hit your subscription button and your notifications, and support Matchfit and Supercar SCNZ in the process. So yeah, show your love, guys. Show your love. We are about to go racing, I think. So enough of Davo's just random banter, and let's get to the business, ladies and gentlemen. That business being V8 supercar racing. And if that's what you're looking for, well, you have definitely come to the right place, because Supercars NZ has got it in bucket loads. And here we are for the feature race, J-Man here. 30 minutes around Long Beach. J-Man, reverse top 10 here too.
10. Yeah, reverse 10 sees Blake Greenhall share the front row with Michael Gunstone over Heath Marn, Noah Kitcher, Ryan Jones, Andrew Dutch, Pepperell and Brown. And obviously we do have the front two from race one, Jensen Bade and Rehan Leonage. So looking forward to this one, and it won't be too far away, around 5 seconds to get some lights up, Davo, and fingers crossed for a nice clean first couple of laps, get this thing underway.
Yeah, look, buckle up, hold your breath. The lights are about to go green, ladies and gentlemen. Feature.
Green, green, green.
And we are off, and Greenhall bogs it down immediately. And not ideal start. Hasn't quite got Swamp Kitcher, giving it a red hot crack though on the outside. Well, Gunstone, oh no, Green really did bog down. Gunstone already passed. Good, reasonable clean
Panel's
start.
rubbing.
Oh, who's that? Is that McNamara getting a whack in the background? It was too.
Look at this, we've got a traffic jam down at the fountain, and it starts with the auto FI car. No. Ryan Jones, safety car is back out once again on lap one, and I tell you what, Rehan had nowhere to go, as did Ryan Jones.
Was that Rehan or was that Shawnee there?
I can tell you now, mate, it was Rehan. He was stuck in there. Shawnee's actually further up the road, I believe. Maybe a couple of places, or maybe 4 places up the road, I think, from Rehan.
Okay, so we're just getting a bit of a sneaky peek here. So, that was the Carwood on McNamara, but it goes a little bit further than that.
I see that. I see what you're looking at there.
Well, it's the next, and we saw this. We saw this last race.
Oh, look at that inside line.
So, they cleaned it up, J-Man.
They did. And Gunstone races away, heading towards that Povpack safety car. Where's the sponsors for the safety car? Need a bit of love.
Yeah, they need some Matchfit stickers on that. Just bring it around to my place, I'll sort you out.
Plaster it with some stickers.
That is
Stick
the worst nose-to-tail accidents. It's like something you see on the freeway, eh?
It's almost something you'd see in real life. And
totally. You know. Yeah, totally. Okay. But enough of that malarkey, Jay, because race stewards out in the safety car. Let's get a quick sticky beak over the rear wing of the SCNZ Povpack safety car. It's in between paint jobs, clearly. So
yeah. Yeah, you're going to see it go too, mate, because it's already been pulled in.
That's it. That's all you get, ladies and gentlemen.
So restart procedure is up to Gunstone here once he gets the call. We saw Rohan run it really, really late last time through. Ran it pretty much up to the control line.
How close is Kitcher? You can't even see the badge on the bonnet. You can't see the grille, the headlights, or anything over the rear wing of Michael Gunstone's car. He is well.
The Gunstone on the radio to race control, just getting clarity about when he can go.
Yeah.
He was obviously, yeah, he's probably aware. I mean, the Malco hairpin here, if he gets a good exit here, he's got a little gap, gas it up and
there
go.
He goes, there
and
he
I
goes.
think he has.
Nice start, actually. We've already got Carl and McNamara. They were together at the start of the race. Oh, we've got another biggie already, Jamie, in the background.
Yeah, look, they've all got bottled up at the Malco hairpin on the final corner, and I'll tell you what, I'm not sure who that car was. I think that was maybe Jesse Simpson's car with no front on it.
That is awful.
Yeah. And that was awkward too. Once again, Rohan just nowhere to go. And he's going to watch his competition. I mean, he's looking seriously towards Bade and Dutch & Co. that he's trying to battle in this title race. I know it's early days in the championship, but say about you win them and lose them on your bad days. So
True that.
Dutch right up there this time through, Dave. He's right tucked in behind Noah Kitcher in third spot.
Yeah, and just really did. Oh, how close is that? There was ever so slight contact there. Dutch pushing Kitcher. She'll force Kitcher to push Gunstone more. I sort of picked up a vibe that Kitcher was quite happy to stay behind Gunstone, given the chance. Dutchy actually pulled back a little bit. He did get a little bit of contact there. He might be a little bit gun shy now because he won't want to turn him.
He's got it down.
So Dutchy again, nearly contact.
Sorry, I was actually looking at
Brown.
I was actually watching Brownie and Blake Greenhall and Bade in the back of shot as well. So I think look for this 10-minute mark for Rohan to look to get out of this one early.
Greenhall with Bade to contend with now. Bade on the march. Gets the slightest of overlaps. Goes for the late break. He's going to get this.
Yeah.
They're just so confident out of the corner before, J-Man. These faster guys, they just can deliver the power so much earlier and smoother. Just gives them that overlap on the outside there, inside to the next corner, and they just get it done. Greenhall's going to have Pepperell to deal with next.
Yeah, Pepperell's going to be there. He's going to try and chase Bade, I think, based on his performance out of the first one. He was very, very quick. And good to see Munro, Edgar maintaining what they got. Daryl Callahan as well.
As we just listen, we're on the roof cam of Greenhall's car there, and you can hear him on the hard cut. Stayed in gear there up to the fountain. And there again, you can just hear it every now and then. Shows you how hard they're working these cars to deliver this pace. Good clean racing from Greenhall tonight, J-Man.
Yeah, very much so. Oh, I'm just watching this with anticipation. Dutch, Kitcher, Gunstone, obviously can add Will Brown and Jetset Bay to that battle as well. And Greenhall, you mentioned, he's got pressure from Pepperell. Pepperell looking really, really speedy at the moment. Wants to press on with this. Leonard, we've got a couple of Supercars NZ GAMAFLARE cars racing in formation. We don't get to see this that often, but I'll tell you what, it is pretty to see. Rohan carrying a little bit of front damage from that contact early in the piece down at the fountain, Davo. Oh, that was close, Bade.
Oh yeah, no, this is going to get spicy at the top here, and without some due diligence and plenty of respect, oh, these guys, this could get messy. So Kitcher doesn't look like he wants to give anything.
I think Kitcher's doing a nice job.
I think he is too. Yeah. He's not going to be, but he's not going to be. Amazing. He's not going to be bullied, and he's clearly showing that. He's definitely got the pace. Here we go, Dutchy, big deep move on the inside. Yeah, Kitcher has to give him the space, outside. But watch. Oh,
Dutchy loses the rear on, just gasses it up too hard.
He'll
be filthy with himself on that one and noses it back into the wall. Cops a little bit of damage, has to do a 17-point turn to get it going.
And that's all it was. That is exactly what it was, J-Man. You called it. No contact.
And it'll be deja vu for Kitcher because the next car in the queue looks identical.
True. But doing the same thing.
Brownie gasses it up off of Malco Heppen.
Very sideways, which make him vulnerable to rain. So there he's got one eye on the mirror as well.
And so that sent Andrew Dutch all the way back to 14th and now has got Ray Hahn behind him. So
how quickly did that happen? And we were calling it only the lap before. If they don't get it right, it will end in tears. And there you go, classic example, even without any contact, J-Man, you know?
Just goes to show, though, how hard it is to pass there. I mean, Kitcher doing a beautiful job in defence over Dutchy at that point. Now he's got Brownie, but Brown's got attention from Bade, and then with that little bit of a wheel spin out of the final hairpin, they actually made a little gap on them, did Kitcher. I'm sure they'll claw it back, but in the meantime, the South Canterbury removals car, Michael Gunstone, we talked about, he just needs something. He needs a rub of the green going as well. And I'll tell you what, he's been out of all the trouble so far since the start of this one, leading from the lights out to this point here. No problems. Had to deal with a restart.
Yeah, 7 laps in. And about a third of the way through the race here, or a little over a third of the way through the race here. Doing a stellar job, Gunstone. Kitcher, and Kitcher too. We've got to praise Kitcher. These two guys, not always at this, you know, sharp, pointy end of the field here. And even with the pressure of the likes of Brown and Bade and Dutchy and the like, J-Man, these guys aren't budging and holding really good pace in the process as well. So, yeah.
As I mentioned, Ray Hahn dives to the pit lane and at the right time. And
so McNamara and Rian, J-Man.
Yeah, both the Supercars NZ GAMAFLARE cars come in there, amongst others as well. Paulette White, Nicole Burgess, Mackenzie Simpson, I think also. So guys reaching for the lane really, really early on this one at the immediate first chance. Good stop too, I think that was from the 79 car. Also, Sean McNamara did an efficient stop as well. So try and check those numbers and see what that looked like. So around the 10.8, 10.3 by my calculations for Ray Hahn and McNamara. Parley 10.7, at 11.5 for Jesse. Shane White with a pretty quick stop, 9.7. So Gunstone, what does he do? He's got a lot of pressure now from Kitcher, Brown and Bade. It's gotten tight at the top.
This is hard not to watch. I've got to keep slapping the cameraman upside the head. Just go, hey, get somebody else on the screen, because that is intense. We saw Detsy just make a meal of it not so long ago, trying to crack that code, crack that the Gunstone Kitcher code. And here we are. Still working on it. Tim Volk in the background in third. That is Dutch. We were just talking about just in front. Mandela Pluck had a very up and down races tonight. Chase McMillan, J-Man.
Yes.
Yes. Millen there in the bright pink car there.
Yeah, he's been having a good battle with Daryl Callahan.
Mate, staying out of trouble and holding down the top 10 with a bit of clean air behind him. So definitely doing well. So well done, Chase. But then we got the likes of Callahan. We've been talking about throughout the broadcast so far. Edgar, Munro, Greenall. Our regular mid-pack boys here.
Look at this at the top. Oh, that was Brownie having a big look at Kitcher. Are they going to dive to the lane? Well, certainly the leader is Michael Gunstone. This is the first time he's going to see anybody in front of him so far. So Kitcher gets the lead. It's got a nice little gap there after that little bottleneck that we had down at the final hairpin.
Well, there was a little bit of contact between the last two of that 4-car group there. With that little move that Brown had a crack. He had to really back the car off, which Bade actually probably tagged the back of him there a little bit. So a little bit of contact between the two cars there, but Kitcher, like I said, a little bit of breathing space now. Interesting to see how this unfolds after this trio get their pit stops done, J-Man.
Yeah, I'm interested to see 10-7 there for my calculations for Gunstone. Yeah, where that puts him. He does have, I think, Luke Munro. Is it? For my data, it's Luke Munro, the first pit stop behind him. Sure if you can confirm that data there, Davo, but
sorry,
good stop for Gunstone. Bay, Pepperell, Greenhall in the lane. Is it a flurry of Kitcher and Brown? Stay out there, Davo. They press on with it. And they actually have got a lot of traffic just up the road in front of them. Not sure whether it's going to plague them too much. So Rayhan right on the back of Callahan, legitimately now. Both done stops. Callahan, I think you mentioned it was quick. Callahan actually steps aside for Rayhan, gives him the opportunity to go inside into the hairpin. So we see, I think, was that Kitcher really, really sideways? So Chase McMillan comes out of the pit lane, Davo, and ends up tucking in behind Daryl Callahan, and that's where he was prior to the pit stops, mate. So that'll press on.
Yeah.
Rehan looks to get to work on Munro, Edgar. Oh, hang on. Yeah, Munro, Edgar, and then we would see Heath Mann. Calculated by me, Heath Mann hasn't made a stop, and I think Heath Mann was the unfortunate victim at the fountain incident. He was parked up on, well, basically in the fountain almost. Yep. That one, turn 2.
So Matt Mann is showing a pit stop.
Yeah, was that?
Or was that for damage maybe, or an offence? Oh, as he just drips it. God. So he just picked him up on camera. Just what car control, awesome stuff. Kit well out in front over. So we've had Brown in, obviously. Sorry, J-Man, what do you got eyes on?
Oh, I just saw a whole lot of action down at the hairpin there, and I think it was Rayhan with Munro, Callahan, McMillan and co down there. I think Munro did get through first.
So we got Edgar. You're looking at the GAMAFLARE SIMRACING replay here, and here it is, Edgar. Oh, Edgar very deep, literally just drives the thing into the tyres there. And that is not looking healthy. And he ditches the front splitter back down the road there and carries on. Not ideal. Thank you for the GAMAFLARE SIMRACING replay, boys. No, Kitcher in the pits, yes.
Yeah, Kitcher in. So where does that leave Dutchy? Just trying to see where he is. So come through.
So Dutch and Carpenter, the only two cars not to pit. And Carpenter in, actually, just as I say that. So Dutchy now, the only person not to pit.
So post pit stops, definite net gain. Jensen Bay, Will Brown over Gunstone there. And Pepperell tucked right in behind Gunstone. And then we have Blake Greenhall, and then there should be a reasonable margin back, I think, to Rayhan based on that. So, yeah, that gap is
Okay,
quite
so
big.
Kitcher has just been rounded up by Bade and Brown, J-Man,
Yep.
as he leaves
Comes
the
out in
pit
fourth.
lane. Yep, so nice work. Dutchy's still got a pit.
So that's a net gain overcut for Kitcher over Michael Gunstone.
It's not a bad effort too. Could see him on the podium here, J-Man.
Oh, with Dutchy still to stop, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, he hasn't stopped. Yeah.
Yep, so he's around about 20 seconds ahead of Jensen Bade with an overall stop approximately taking around that 45 to 48 second mark. So that would see him back in, I think, probably territory of, I'm going to say maybe, looking at that, around Michael Gunstone, Blake Greenhall.
Okay, so Pepperell past Gunston. Gunston made him work very hard for that. I think that took him about 3 quarters to get that. Might even see if we can pick up on a replay of it because it was actually very nice work here. And right down to this little bit here where Pepperell nearly gets the thing turned around and keeps on keeping on. That is green. Just in the background as well, you can see, ladies and gentlemen. So there's still plenty to go here because we still have 10 minutes of racing. J-Man, we're only 2/3 of the way through this race here. Dutch, we would expect to see a pit stop here sometime. Well, soon-ish. Here it is.
You called it, mate. You called it. So I'm thinking, based on the numbers, I think maybe Leonarge territory. Where is Rayhan? Okay, so he's coming around there. Okay, maybe a little further back than that. Well, no, it's actually going to be about that. No, a little bit further. Sorry, he was a long way down pit lane.
He was a very long way down pit lane, actually, Jamie. He was right down the end, wasn't he, there?
So it is Munro, McMillan, Pluck. That's where he's going to fall in.
Oh, he's come right out with Plucky there, has he?
Yep. Tucks right in the front. Plucky
gets him.
McMillan a little touch up.
Says, come on, we got this.
Kitcher withstand the pressure of Russell Pepperell.
Well, I think he's all over it tonight, J-Man. We'll just watch this pit exit from Dutchy here.
Yeah, for sure.
To give you an idea how intense this was. Plucky saw him come out, he's like, come on. It's just give and chase the hurry up there. And close that gap, but it didn't quite close quick enough. Dutchy through, and now all sorts of pressure on the back of Luke Munro, J-Man.
Yes. Remaining 7.5 minutes roundabout. And we've got a 1.7 margin, Jensen Bade over Will Brown. And then Kitcher. I'm going to talk about the margin that he's dealing with Russell Pepperell at the moment, because you can see it. He is literally been on full defence mode tonight, has Noah Kitcher. And he's done a beautiful job of it too.
He has. And look, You can't just drive around block. He's got the pace, J-Man, to be able to keep these guys behind him. So it's not like... well, he is holding them up, but not by a lot, because he's got some genuine pace here. Here we go. Darts on Munro. Munro making it difficult.
Oh, he gets it done.
They're the sort of exchanges you expect from Long Beach. We see it. Saw it in the autumn series, J-Man, with the boys visited here late in the series, and we're seeing it again here. These setups, 2-3 corners to get the overtake complete.
Rayhan hasn't given up on this potential sixth position, chasing down Black Greenhorn. He is really pressing on. He was 1.1 seconds faster last lap. This time through, he's another 1.3 seconds faster as Rayhan. So he's bridged that gap down already to 2.9 seconds. It was well north of 4.5 when I first looked at it. So he's coming. I mean, the clock's going to go against him here with obviously 6 minutes remaining. But based on those numbers, another few laps and he's right there, especially when he's doing it on over a second a lap.
He's got to get past him though, J-Man, you know, like simple enough to catch these guys. You know, Greenhorn with another stellar drive tonight, so...
Pepperell. Just having to push so hard, isn't he, Davo Pepperell, to try and get that drive traction to make a run on Noah Kitchen. Noah's pretty much just running his pace here and putting it on the race line and doing everything he needs to. That is Michael Gunstone in the back of shot. He had a good portion of the opening laps of this race. Wondered what all the fuss was about when the safety car turned up. Oh, and who was that on the wall?
Oh, that was Volk.
It was Tim Volk.
Yeah, not so long back. He was actually just having a little bit of a exchange with...
Pep.
I think it was McNamara and Radford, or McNamara and Carpenter there, J-Man, at the time. Not sure whether there was any contact there. Oh, here we go, Radford, and here we got another biggie here. Let's have a look what's going on here. Thank you to the GAMAFLARE SIMRACING replay. That is McNamara and Carpenter. Carpenter goes round, loops it at the hairpin. Ah! Not ideal. Just quietly moonwalks out of that little situation back to the pit lane and leaves the boys stranded there. Let's get up the pointy, and I know you've been watching this, J-Man.
Of course I have. You know where I am. You know that I am stuck very much on the Pepperell Kitchen battle because it is super entertaining. These guys are absolutely going on at it in the latter parts of this race. And, I mean, Russell's trying. There's no doubt.
Yeah. Russell, a very smooth operator, J-Man. Super quick when he's on point, but very respectful on track. Look, as are all of these guys, but the boys up the top, even as hard as they race, they seem to be able to just leave the space, you know, or not, you know, just sort of make stupid mistakes, you know, like the racing IQ is next level.
Yeah, but it's a hard one at the moment because Pepperell was all over the back of Kitcher and Rayhan has got to the back of Greenhorn, so he answered my question. He's definitely there, and...
Oh, here we go. On the outside goes Pepperell. This gives him the rights to the inside of the next corner. Can he get it done? He's got to keep the overlap, J-Man. This is where he's good. He's going to do it.
I think Kitcher was too generous there. He could have forced the issue. He had way more overlap than he actually realised then. And I'll tell you what, there'll be no stopping Pepperell from there. But I'll tell you what, Leon Arch dispatched Greenhall very, very quickly as well on the back of shot as well. So he got there, got it done. Now Kitcher, can he respond? What is our time? 2.5 minutes remaining. Bade has got a good handle on this. Got 1.5 seconds over Will Brown. Pepperell is another 8 seconds back from that. That's the margin these guys have gone to. So definitely Kitcher didn't have the lap pace of the front two, but and he did a beautiful job in defence. And you can see Michael Gunstone on the back of shot there. And then the next car coming is Rayhan, and he is coming in hot. He did a 22.7 versus Michael Gunstone's 23.5.
Just dispatch that blue flag car there.
Yep.
Very quickly. Oh, it really just didn't even hit the wall. He just leant on it that corner there. Working for his money. Mandela plucked past Shane Edgar in the background. J-Man.
Yeah, he's moving forward. He just dispatched Chase McMillan a little earlier than that as well. So I think someone in the chat box asked Mandela to pluck another gear, and he's certainly done it in the latter stages.
Well,
and he looks to the inside straight away on Callahan and gets it done. Man, he's on a mission.
Look, he has had an unfortunate night tonight. I mean, the guy has genuinely got paid, but has been tangled up in just about every incident on track.
Hey, I'll tell you what, get a read on where Jensen Bate is. Yeah.
Well, it's him and Will Brown. Very, very
okay,
close
so
together.
Bates just crossed the line.
Yep.
And this will be the final lap.
It
but
will.
for me, importantly, Rayhan has locked that gap down to 0.8 of a second on Gunstone. So can Rayhan go one better? I mean,
one lap he's got.
And Kitch has done a nice job here, Davo. He's really hung on to the back of Pepperell. I thought Pepperell, based on his pace of getting there and pressuring him, he might have driven away. But I'll tell you what, super, super tight.
Oh, look. I thought we were going to have him in the comms box here. Post-race. Seriously, that's just...
who's this?
It's stunning drive.
Burgess, Carwood, McKenzie. It's all going on back there as well, Davo. There's plenty going on this one.
Yeah, still a few guys having some incidents in the background. Our data is going off.
Oh, here's Rayhan with a run. Does he send it?
Got to go the other side. Gunston got him covered here, J-Man. Literally drives the thing down the middle of the track.
Oh, he's loose. He can't
hold this.
And there we go. Race leader come across Jensen Bate over Will Brown, Russell Pepperell.
What's this? This isn't over yet. Sorry to interrupt, but I think Rayhan's going to get the run here. He does too. So Jensen Bate over Will Brown over Russell Pepperell. Noel Kitcher, Rayhan leaders. Gets it done on Gunstone. Literally 2 colours before the end. Blake Greenhall, Dutchy, Mandela Pluck. Stellar job tonight.
Yeah, 16 spots. Race 2 for Mandela. Did a beautiful job.
Shane Edgar rounding at the top 10 there. J-Man, nice work. Shane staying out with a very seriously damaged car there. Chase McMillan getting pushed back to 11. Like I said, he was holding down at 10th before, so very nice work. He's come back to 11. Chase Darryl Callahan, Luke Munro, Miles Burgess, Scott McKenzie, 15th. Rob Carwood, Lee on Fox, Jordan Moss, and Bradley Robinson. I think they're teammates, these two guys. Yes, they are. A couple of 777 boys. Heath Marn rounding at the top 20 in the Auto FI Camel-inspired car. Shane White, Heath Parlett, Dylan Radford, Thomas McCall. And then we've got the likes of Sean McNamara, Stephen Adams, Chris Thomas still on track. We've had Tim Volk having a tough night towards the end of that race, at least anyway. Phil Carpenter, Terry Russell, Jesse Simpson, Sam Cullen, Ryan Jones. Yes, I think that just about rounds it off. What a look, Long Beach. I think J-Man and I have only called Long Beach twice, and it's almost like deja vu here tonight.
It is.
It's very much like the end of the autumn series stuff. But hey, look, awesome all the same, and great battles, and you know some of the overtakes throughout the field, amazing. These guys,
absolutely.
So,
right, we'll kick off into our driver interviews, mate, and first one up, and I tell you what. Race 2, Russell Pepperell really had to work for this podium. I'm sure he would have entertained the battle, but as the laps ticked down, would have been hoping he had done it earlier. But you got us on comms, Russell?
G'day, how's it going?
good, mate, and yourself. Fantastic race there tonight, and a good couple of races actually, Russell. But that one there, Noah Kitcher, full defence mode, and you had to go to work.
Yeah, mate, he did a good job. I was surprised that he got time on me in the pit stop, but yeah, just had to bide my time and look for some opportunities.
Yeah, Noah Kitcher's time in the pit stop was phenomenal. Marginally questionable so fast, but anyway, well, that's not our job. But I tell you what he did do out there is he held you off for a fair bit, but you got there with good pace, and then we saw you multiple times trying to run inside, outside, and so hard to get the power down on these things to make that run, Russell. And especially when somebody's running, he looked comfortable to run that pace that he was. However, you certainly had more in it. We saw that you had the ability to run a 21, but he sort of held you out to those sort of high 22s there. But not a lot of space to pass, mate. But you certainly made it count.
Yeah, thanks, guys. No, the track was pretty hot, so Milo might have had a bit of pace to begin with. You just burned the tyre off and suffered the rest of the way. So,
yeah,
quite fortunate I had something left at the end.
And you managed to escape the car parking sessions, Russell? There was so many cars, I actually couldn't decipher who was in full park mode.
The synchronised parking that was going on, yes.
Oh, mate, I felt a bit like Moses in race 2. The seas just parted and I drove straight through and it was lovely.
Amazing.
So you took that outside-inside line at turn 2, 3, 4, got through obviously. So, hey, look, well done, Russell, mate. We frequently do see you down here and achieving good numbers, and tonight was one of those. It was beautiful to watch. I mean, you got a lot of airtime yourself and Kitcher by just having a fantastic battle and entertaining the boys up here. So we appreciate it, mate. And look, if there's anyone you give a shout out, go right ahead.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Just shout out the usual crowd: Trans-Tasman Racing, VRS, SIMRACING.com, and you guys here. You do a great job.
Thanks, Russell. Appreciate it, mate. Well done. So there you go. That is Russell Pepperell, grabs the 3rd position there in race 2. And next one up will be Will Brown. And look, I tell you what, Will Brown was in the thick of it tonight as well. Another outstanding battle, another big haul of points, and kept Jensen Bate honest at the end too. We were watching the margin. You got us on comms, Brownie?
Yeah, mate, I'm here.
Mate, another fantastic night of racing here. Obviously, we're a little hot we hear out there as far as track conditions. I'm sure there'll be a few drivers a little hot after the, as we mentioned to Russell, a bit of a parking expedition there down at turn 2, 3 tonight. Couple of safety cars, a little bit unexpected, but you managed to get through it all right.
Yeah, I was pretty lucky that the track blockages, all of them happened behind me, so I didn't get caught up in too much mess, and yeah, was really happy with qualifying and just put myself in good position, got a good start in the feature, and was able to just put the head down and just do the driving.
Yep, and pit stop phase, all went to plan there. That was scheduled, or something make you go at the time you went, or you pretty much had a plan there, Will?
Yeah, I was watching. There was a gap that I was watching and waiting for, and I was just tossing up on when to go. And then after Jensen went and got into the gap, I knew I had to go pretty much straight away to still stay in front of Gunstone and try and see if I could undercut Noah. Yeah,
nice work, mate. No, look, hey, fantastic. Another big dose of points here for round 3 for yourself, and early days, and man, the racing's been fantastic up to this point. So well done, mate. And look, if you want to give anyone a shout out, go right ahead.
Yeah, I'd like to thank the sponsors: 888 Excavation and Landscaping, Hybrid Racing Simulations, GAMAFLARE, DHF Tyres, RSW Graphics, Aramex Heatherton, Bubbles and Balloons, Phoenix Driver Development, the team for the work they put in, and you guys at Matchfit for putting on the show.
Awesome, brother. Appreciate you, man. And yeah, super pumped for next week, man. The pace of you boys at the top is really looking good at the moment, so keeping us well entertained. Cheers, Will Brown.
Yeah, cheers.
There you go, Davo. That is P2. Well, the next guy, a stranger to Matchfit. I tell you what, not uncommon for us to have a chat with Jensen Bate, and I tell you what, looked good out there tonight, race 2. Stayed out of trouble tonight, Jensen, I think was the call.
Yep. Thank you. Yeah, I think it was very good just to make sure lap 1 was clean and I picked up no damage. And then from there, we had the pace to obviously do well. Not sure I was expecting a win, but it's obviously good to come away with the P1.
Yeah, so on that, we just obviously talked to Brownie in the back end there. We saw that margin just hovering around that 1.5 seconds for a little bit. You were relatively comfortable in that late phase of the race there, Jensen. The tyre temps weren't too bad. We've heard it was hot out there, and obviously a couple of safety cars upset the rhythm early both races, but that one at the back end, you were well under control, mate, or were you sort of worried about tyres, and how was the fuel at the back end of that one?
Yeah, so fuel was perfectly fine since tyres covered fuel in the pit stop, so we could actually overfill a bit without losing much time. And then in terms of tyres, Will had boxed later than me, so I knew he would have a bit of a tyre advantage in that last stint, but I think I just kept it under control. He brought the gap down a little bit, but I think overall I had enough pace where I could stay in the lead. Maybe if there was a few more laps, it would have gotten close, but I just don't think there was enough time for him to make use of the tyres.
Yeah, and so a couple of key moments before we let you rattle off your sponsors, Jensen, and one of them for me was just the opportunity taken. I think it was a smart play. Obviously, car exiting maybe pit lane, I think it was, or maybe it was already on track. Just that pass, I think, that you made on Brownie, and then talk to us about that, whether just took that opportunity, saw it there, or it was just by coincidence that's the way it worked out. And then the second one was the pit stop that actually ended up being really, really good over Kitcher and Gunstone. So starting with the first one, mate, can you remember that moment?
Yeah, I can. So I think that was more coincidence, actually. I wasn't meaning to do anything too aggressive, but then obviously Will checked up, and then I kind of just went down the inside and got it done without anything major happening. And then with the pit stop, it was just mainly I was hoping to get track position on them because I kind of knew I had more pace, so did Will. So then boxing earlier kind of meant I put in 2 really good laps, my first 2 laps on the tyres, so then I undercut Kitcher, and then I think Gunstone maybe had some traffic or something happened to him because he hit a lap earlier than me, but I still came out in front because I just did a good in lap, and yeah, from there it was pretty simple, just not crash, not spin, and
Yeah, good work, mate. Well, that pass there would have been right up there with the top 2 for me. I think there was that one there, and I think we picked up an outside pass down at 7 there from Rayhan. So power pass of the race has probably got to be that one there because it turned out to be quite critical with the way pit stops shook out. So well done, Jensen Bade, on taking out the feature, mate, and chance to rattle off your sponsors, Bill.
Yeah, so big thanks to GAMAFLARE, my main sponsor, and Matchfit. Big thanks to Phoenix Racing Team as well, and also Sky Channel 83, and congrats to Will on the podium and Rahan on the win in the first race.
Yeah, well said, mate. Well said.
Awesome.
Well, it's always a pleasure to talk to you, Jensen, mate, and congrats on tonight. Well done.
Thank you. Cheers, guys.
There you go, Jensen Bade, ladies and gentlemen. What a cracker, my friend.
Yeah, it was a ripper, and we always know when we come to the street circuits, it's always going to be busy, and it's going to be some real hard luck stories. But obviously, good chance for the point structure to just shake it up a little bit, Dave.
Always, and we love that. We love that. Just makes the next race even more intense. J-Man, thanks again. Your viewers, yourself, J-Man, of course, as always, but our viewers, our Sky 83 viewers, and our legendary subscribers on our YouTube as well. Thank you, GAMAFLARE. Thank you, Supercars NZs, SimBlacks, All Ports, Sky 83, the SimRacing Hub, and everybody involved. We will see you all next week. at, where are we going? Quickly, where are we going? We are going to Suzuka, ladies and gentlemen. Bye for now. See you all next week.